the first ever mobile edition of Pod on Lansdowne, at least for me. I am Fitz, aka Ramiro Mendoza / Ramiro Mendoza 2. I am here with Jeets, aka Jake, and James Norwood. May he rest in peace. His time spent as a member of the Boston Red Sox was short but sweet, very sweet. The reason I say first mobile episode is that my laptop mic is not working, and I am doing this from a mobile phone today. So apologies in advance to the loyal listeners if this sounds like shit, because I don't have headphones for my phone. Jake called me a broke bitch boy before we went live. He's correct. Harsh but fair. I had to start the stream from the laptop itself, and then I have my mobile camera here. So it's two of me and one of each of you, but you guys are still looking stellar on your actual laptop. Liam, how's things, man? What's been up in your life the last week or so?
Things are good. I'm here at the beach in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. So also mobile, I guess, technically, sort of. But
you're mobile too.
Yeah. So shockingly, I thought I was going to be the one giving us issues since I don't have my mic with me. But we're just
I do, but now I basically don't today. So
we just adapt or die, basically.
I might have to just get a new mic because it's like it would plug into the laptop and it's like, oh yeah, here's the name of your mic, right? I'm like, yep, that's the one. It's like, yeah, well, not gonna work for you anyway. Kick rocks, Fitz. And I'm like, oh, well, it's not nice, but anyways, it's tough. How's the beach?
It's nice. It's today's actually the nicest day we've had. I was telling Jake it's been kind of cold. I got here Saturday,
and no better way to spend it than to sit inside and record a podcast. That's what I always say.
Exactly.
In the middle of the day, right? Yeah.
The 3 o'clock. That's prime potting hour.
The sun is high in the sky.
Well, the reason we're recording this early is because Jake.
Yeah, my fault.
You're hanging up your pizza apron. It sounds like, right?
I am. Yeah.
Is that my last shift? To believe?
It is, yeah. Tonight's my last shift.
Is there going to be a ceremony?
No. What a run, though. They're
going to hang your
the bravery. How brave I was every night to put on this hat and deliver those pizzas. It takes a lot of courage. So my pension should be arriving.
Navy blue shirt? You'd technically be a boy in blue there.
Yeah, we were navy blue. I'm a boy in blue.
Boys in blue. There you go. I wanted to ask you there, Liam, going back to the beach thing. Are you more of a beach guy or like a lake/pond guy? That's like a contentious debate.
I do like a nice lake every now and again. I'm not huge on the beach, mostly because of like the sand. It's like, ugh. I hate
say
sand.
that you don't like sand.
Okay, Anakin Skywalker.
It's dark, coarse, irritating. It gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere. No, but I would say I like the freshwater aspect of a lake. I feel like, can't really go wrong there.
I love the beach, Jake. Where do you stand on this matter?
I'm not a huge beach guy. I'm not a huge water guy. Like
just in general.
But I think I like the activities you would do at a lake house more. I've always thought.
That's fair.
Like tubing. I'm a big tubing guy.
Tubing is fun.
I like beach towns more than I do the actual beach.
Yeah, that's good.
Beach towns are great.
Get some ice cream, get some pizza.
Go down to the water, get nice little surf and turf or something like that.
Exactly.
Newport's great if you've ever been to Newport. I like Newport, Rhode Island. Obviously, ton around here in Massachusetts, Cape and Islands. If that's your jam. Things of that nature. I've never been to Mystic in Connecticut, Jake, but I've heard Mystic is a very good spot. I might be wrong.
You have? I've heard that?
I've heard people like Mystic. I don't know, man. That's on the water, right?
I mean, there's an aquarium there. I don't know how much else. Pizza. Mystic Pizza. That's set.
That's right.
The movie. Mystic. That's right.
Yeah.
That's that was Jennifer Garner. Right?
Julia Roberts?
No, Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts. Beg pardon. No.
Pretty Woman.
I mixed up my brunette.
Pretty Woman. Oceans.
Yeah. Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
Who's the guy that stars alongside her in that movie? What's his face?
It's Vincent D'Onofrio, right? In Mystic Pizza or in Ocean?
No, I'm talking about Pretty Woman.
They need to. Who's the guy who played Private Pile? Because he was in Mystic Pizza. I know that.
Yeah, that's Vincent. That's Kingpin. That's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah.
But no, I was thinking of Richard Gere is who I was thinking of. He's in
Pretty Woman.
He's in Pretty Woman.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Apparently, Matt Damon is in Mystic Pizza.
Interesting.
Really?
He's a small role, evidently.
It has to be like as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, he's 18 or 17.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Who did he play in Mystic Pizza? What was his?
He played Steamer Windsor. That's all I got. That's what the Wikipedia
certified
says.
Trisket Mesmer moment.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I was going to say, it sounds a lot like Matthew McConaughey's role in Angels.
His name's Steamer.
But his name is Steamer. Oh, goodness gracious. Huh. Were you going to say something, Jake?
No, that's so odd. I don't.
Steamer. It's also odd that we haven't talked about the Boston Red Sox 6 minutes into a Red Sox podcast. Yeah,
I don't know. We probably spent like 30 minutes on the Muppets last episode.
That's true. Yeah,
and I do it again. And I would do it again
in a heartbeat.
I'll tell you another thing about Rolf. Anyways, in case you thought you got lost, this is indeed Pod on Lansdowne. We do talk about baseball a little bit. We engage in a mild amount of tomfoolery. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Pod on Lansdowne. Go ahead and rate the show 5 stars if you're listening on Apple or Spotify. I'm going to try to get it onto Google Play too for you Android hooligans. If people want to listen on Android, I don't know why you want to do that. iPhone all the way, baby. You got to have those blue texts.
Is it anti-green?
Is there not a Spotify
podcast
app on Androids?
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe people don't have Spotify. I don't know. Maybe they're Tidal fans.
Figure it out, honestly. If that's
Spotify's the way to go. I know they don't give any money to artists. So people will bring that up and like that's shitty that they don't do that. But people are like, I go to Apple for my music as if Apple as a company is any better than Spotify. And as I say that, now my phone's going to explode in my hand. It's going to be the end of the show. They're spying on me. So before the phone explodes in my hand, at least we could talk about the Red Sox, how they've been playing well. I believe 12-4 this month, gentlemen. 12-4 in the month.
That sounds right.
Is that's official? That's
pretty gosh darn good. Maybe, you know what? I actually think that stat was, and I could do the quick math. I think that stat was, I think it was during the game yesterday. Did I black out there for a second? Did you still hear me throughout that whole thing?
Your audio stayed.
No, I got you. Yeah, you're still good.
The audio stayed. Okay, because I opened up a different window on my phone just to try to pull stuff out. So you can still hear me. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're 12-4 this month.
All right.
4-2
that's good. That'll work.
Boys are hot, baby. Boys are hot. We're rolling right on the cusp of a wild card spot. Or actually, what happened in Cleveland yesterday? The Cleveland won.
They won.
Really good job preparing for the show, Fitz. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wild card standing.
I'm pretty sure they swept the Dodgers, didn't they?
Even with Shane Bieber was banged up.
Yeah.
Oh, so we are a half game back of both Cleveland and Tampa. Cleveland and Tampa are Tampa's played 2 more games than them, but basically, yeah, we're half game out at this point, but still playing some pretty damn good baseball over the last couple weeks. This past week included. Let's start with Liam. Liam, any kind of general points about the old hometown 9 as we move towards another week?
I would say it's time to kind of buckle up. I was looking at the schedule ahead, and I'm sure we'll get into it more later on, but quick preview, 27 of the next 33 games are against the foursome of Cleveland, Toronto, Tampa, and New York.
Don't like so, that.
This is make or break. You got back in it, awesome. But the next month plus leading into the trade deadline is I would imagine decides the season. But they've done what they can to this point. They're back in it. It's all we can ask for, especially after April. But
it's a little worrisome. If you're gonna want to make a push, obviously these are the teams that you're gonna have to knock off. You're not gonna get Cleveland or Detroit or the Reeling Angels, every week going forward. That's just not going to happen, man.
Cleveland is good, though.
Cleveland is good. Look, I completely, to quote Amy Poehler in Arrested Development, I misunderestimated them, which I actually think was a George W. Bush quote at first. That's why they brought it up on the show. But I totally underestimated Cleveland this year. They played some great ball. And
Same.
J-Ran is that guy is so freaking good at the Rounders game. Every part of his game is good.
Did you see him chirping Freddie Freeman from the dugout over the weekend?
He's like, yeah, you're the best hitter besides me.
Yeah.
I didn't know Freddie Freeman was such a fucking dork. I read that thing.
I figured that's where we'd transition to.
I knew he was kind of like a vanilla dude, but he really is a nerd.
What prompted this? I think I may have missed this.
There was a thing in the Athletic.
Like LA magazine.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, whatever. It was a piece on him.
Publication.
And it was like what was it? He doesn't swear, first of all.
Yeah, that was the biggest one. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke.
Yeah.
I think we're like the other two big ones where it's like, oh, but he's here to save baseball. A 32-year-old white first baseman playing in LA. Every year there's somebody.
The most exciting position on the diamond, first base.
A lot of movement there over at first. That's the three there.
I don't know. That was it. Really, but then there was discourse like, wow, everybody was so much cooler 30 years ago. Like, and there was pictures of like Keith Hernandez ripping cigs in the dugout and stuff.
The way Boggs' beer story comes up, of course.
Yeah, and it's true.
All of it. 100 beers cross country. I can't get over how much Freddie Freeman really does look like Buzz from Home Alone, though. He really does. I think that gets thrown out every now and again, and it has for years, but it is an uncanny resemblance.
Yeah, especially before he got his veneers. He looked a lot when his teeth were like completely
his choppers.
Yeah,
his teeth were terrible when he came up.
Yeah, he got good ones. He has a good. Well, I actually think they're almost too good because when he was accepting the trophy last year, he was like on stage, and I really got a good look, and I was like, oh, that's not real. Like that smile is too pretty. Doesn't match
like
the guy.
When Bart gets the big fake teeth in his mouth. Really, absolutely massive.
You got to match the face.
Did we ever confirm over the winter the rumors that were going around between like him and Acuna? Were like,
kind of. Like, yeah, they kind of were confirmed, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems like a real stick in the mud.
I don't know if they were precisely confirmed, but he himself was like, yeah, I'm kind of old-fashioned or something. He said something along those lines once they interviewed him in LA. So I think that was the broad strokes.
He 100% did that shit to make him mad. Guilty as fuck. I don't need to see any other evidence.
Lock him up. Lock him up.
This is an anti-Freddie Freeman podcast.
Yeah, out of nowhere, right? Like, I feel like I guess I've kind of just liked Freddie Freeman up until this point, but now we gotta
because he's so bland. You're like, you don't think about him.
He's just gonna go up there. He's gonna hit 310. He'll hit 30, 35 homers. He'll drive in a ton of runs, and he'll just kind of stand there.
Speaking of bland baseball players, here's another transition for us. Mike Trout did that Sunday Night Baseball mic'd up thing. God, he is just a whole lot of nothing. That guy. There's just nothing there.
The weather appreciator.
Glass of water.
Yeah, he. Now it doesn't really matter because he's older and there's like a next generation that's a bunch of exciting guys. But what an L for the MLB 10 years ago when the new face of the league came in and he's just a complete like blank. Yeah, he's nothing. He's a wet napkin. Great ball player. Boring guy.
What do you think he does for fun?
Over the weekend, he hit like 4 game-winning home runs in Seattle.
Oh, he was amazing this past week.
Oh yeah, hey, he's a great player. You'll never find me disagreeing.
I'll never think of him twice though. Once his career is over.
I just don't know if I'd go out and have a couple beers with him. That's all.
No,
it's such a perfect storm of like mediocrity surrounding how talented he is. Like he has no personality. He's played 3 playoff games in his entire life. It's just like he's gonna retire as with what probably like the most WAR ever, right? I think is he on pace for that?
Probably.
I mean,
He's over 100 already,
at,
isn't he?
Ruth is at like a crazy WAR level. Like even if Trout plays for a while, like
I'll
he might catch up, he might not. I just know that Babe's at like, and then like probably Bonds is there too. Like Bonds is probably top 3 if I had to guess.
Yeah, I bet like Willie Mays.
Willie Mays. Yep, Jinx.
So Trout is 64th right now.
What's he at?
He's at 80 or 79.9.
Okay.
Good rule of thumb is 60 for the Hall of Fame.
For the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, Ruth's at 183, so he won't reach that.
Oh Lord.
183.
But I mean, if I had to guess, he'll get to probably like 110. What do we feel? Does that sound right? Maybe a little more. Who knows?
Is probably a good number.
Depends on the health.
I mean, he'll finish top 20, I would say. So,
what do you think he averages for the next couple of years? Just if he is healthy, anywhere from
7?
Like, I was gonna say anywhere from like 6 to 9. Nice, yeah.
I don't think he can get up to 9 again.
Not 9 is
I think those
9
days
is
are
maybe
over.
a pipe dream, but
especially because he doesn't run anymore either. He just that's gone.
He's definitely moving to like a corner outfield spot soon too.
Yeah. Which
like
that'll
that
hurt
takes a
him
little
too.
bit
So.
More full time,
Yeah, that'll hurt too. So probably 6.5, 7.5.
6
That's
and
still
7.
really good.
But my point being,
if he
he's
does
going to
that for the
finish
next
top
10
20
years.
all time, and then nobody will hear from him for 5 years, and then he'll get into the Hall of First ballot, and then you'll never hear from him ever again. That'll be it. It'll just be
Some like crazy Mike Trout post-career scandal. That would be insane.
Like
So
he lied about
billions of dollars.
He lied about the weather on certain days. Would that be the scandal for him? I don't even.
He said it was going to be sunny, but it was just partly sunny.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think he does for like fun in the off season, or if like he's got like a couple off days? Like,
plays the show or something? I don't even know.
I can't even imagine what he does. He likes the weather. He goes to Top
Does he have a
Golf
kid?
every now and
Does he have
again.
children?
I think
he's got. I think one son.
Huh.
He strikes me as a big Bang Theory guy. I can't explain it, but I feel like
he loves
like
young Sheldon.
Yeah.
I feel like he loves his bad network comedies.
Definitely. I was thinking
Trout is the one who's keeping young Sheldon on network television.
He's watching NCIS.
Another quick transition here. I just recalled we would be remiss to not bring up how Anthony Rendon is done for the year, because the Angels have they given out one single good contract in the last 20 years? One.
I guess Ohtani.
Sure.
But like even then, that kind of like fell into their lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to go there. It wasn't like they were,
Yeah, in terms of like an already established guy in Major League Baseball who came over to them that they didn't bring up, I'm not going to count Trout's extension for that. No, I don't think. Like Upton was fine.
No,
for a bit.
no,
like that was
he was not.
He was for a little bit.
Hey.
Earlier on in his contract, he was fine. He had like a good year or two, didn't he?
Like
early on in his Angels days, that it didn't end up well. But like C.J. Wilson missed, Josh Hamilton missed, Rendon so far is a miss, and
Upton had one good. He had one good year for the Angels.
Okay, all right. So
he had a 121 OPS plus his first year there, and then it was below 100.
What was like
after
2015, 2016, probably
2016.
18. Oh, a little bit later. Gotcha.
Well, he was there for for 30 games in 17, and then
he only spent a year in San Diego, right? Do you guys remember that weird like Preller like blitz a week before opening day where
I do.
Kimbrel and
Tyson
Will
Ross.
Myers and it's just bizarre.
No, he got both Uptons, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, the Braves had both Uptons too. That was a big MLB Facebook meme back in like 2011.
Yeah, Upton here, Upton here.
Upton here, Upton here.
Yeah, and Kate.
They were
all
on the cover of Sports Illustrated one.
Yeah, that was really weird. It was always funny because Justin Upton, like BJ Upton, was all right. You know, he was a useful player on the Rays and stuff, but he was never as good as Justin. But they had to kind of group them as like one thing. Like, and then it
Yeah,
was like,
BJ was living off that 08
wait, what's his
postseason.
name? Didn't BJ Upton? Oh,
It's
he
Melvin.
went back to BJ. He went back to BJ though.
Yeah, it was Melvin for a hot second. Now he's back to BJ.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's normal, I guess.
And speaking of Cleveland and speaking of baseball players changing their names, what
Hell
was
yes,
Fausto Carmona's
Yes.
Ooh.
what is? That's crazy. He just
Speaking of another name changer,
Roberto Hernandez is his actual name.
Mike Stanton and the Yankees. They're pretty good, huh?
They're really good.
They're pretty good.
What was it? Like Mike is his middle name or something?
Oh, I don't know actually.
I swear to God, like that's why he was going by it.
Giancarlo. I don't know. Yeah, I think. Well, this just says he in 2010 and 2011 he played under the name Mike Stanton.
The artist,
like it's a
formerly
stage
known
name.
as.
Like, yeah, I think so. I think. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Giancarlo Stanton. That's a fire name alert, though. To be fair,
That is a sweet name.
Way
How about
more fire than Mike Stanton.
how about
It's a fire name.
kid in Arizona last night who hit a grand slam? Buddy Kennedy. It's like the fakest
Oh, that's
name
good.
ever.
That's good.
That's-
It's unfortunate that Cutter Crawford isn't like a little more talented because that's an
That
80
name
grade
is
name
sweet.
too.
Fire
Yeah.
name, Cutter with the K there.
Yeah. Stanton's having not as great of, if you like just from like seeing highlights and stuff, he's having a good season. I would have guessed it was better.
He was hurt there for a bit. He is hitting the ever living fuck out of the ball. If you look on his Savant page, it's all deep red circles, and yeah, like the rates haven't, like the actual raw counting numbers haven't caught up to that as much. But if you look under the hood, when he gets a hold of it, he's like, he had a home run that went off the bat on 120 the other day, didn't he?
Mhm.
That's psychotic.
I feel like
I've
he
said this-
does that daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
he
all
just
the
his
StatCast
swing is
records
so
are like
vicious.
Yeah. When he misses big. You
How
kind
fun.
of got. Did you kind of, Liam? I don't know if you heard what Jake said there, but you kind of like glitched out there for a second, Jake.
I apologize. The Red Sox are wearing their City Connects this evening.
There we go.
Ooh,
Maybe a
huge.
good time to start talking more about the Red Sox. 22
Yeah,
minutes
let's
into
do
the
it.
show.
22 minutes in, why not?
Just in the interest of time, because Jake, you got it. What do you have work at like?
I do have to
4?
dip. I have to dip at like 3:50 something.
All right. So let's get through fuck with, don't fuck with, because we got to give ourselves enough time to riff for 15 minutes about God knows what. So
Also true.
Fuck with, don't fuck with. Jake, why don't you do the honors there? Let's start with your fuck with.
Start my fuck with. Okay, I mean this is a simple one, but again after last night, Nick Pivetta. I mean, come on, this kid, this man. He's
You saved his season.
He's gonna keep getting fucked with now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
not to take credit, but I will. I saved his season. He's been nails for what is
Month
it
and a
now?
half now?
Almost 2 months, I guess, right?
Yeah.
No. Like a month and a half.
So it's like last
the
7
dude,
starts or
he
something like
shoves
that.
every time he pitches now. It's like that's got to be one of the best trades ever in Red Sox history.
Especially
just
if like Seabold comes up and is actually like
If
serviceable.
he's anything
too.
at all, yeah.
Like
And
huge
considering
win.
the fact that you got Workman back like the next year, I know he didn't do much, but just the principle of like, okay, you guys dumped him basically immediately. Remember his first game in Philly? He blew a save.
Yeah.
Did he?
Like they got
People
it to hold down the
forget
bullpen.
Brandon Workman pitched the 8th inning of the clinching game of the 2013 World Series.
He most certainly did. A young Brandon Workman when he kind of had like.
Did he
Yeah.
really?
He
But,
did. He pitched the 8th inning.
Because I mean, I certainly remember him pinch hitting, or no, like getting in at bat in St.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Farrell let him
It's a,
hit
like,
and then took him out of the game. He did not come back into the game.
a Johnny Steelcock masterclass.
I still can't
Johnny
believe they
would
won
do
that World
great.
Series. So unbelievable.
So out of nowhere.
It was. I mean, you know, Ortiz turned into God for a week and a half, but
Mhm.
still.
No, but Pivetta, like early on in this start, this past start that he had over the weekend on Father's Day.
Yeah, he had like 4
Against-
walks.
Yeah, right off the bat, like, it was kind of dicey with the walks, and that's always been his thing. Um, when he gets into trouble, a lot of the time it's because of the walks. It's the free passes, which he had done a good job of limiting them as of late. Um, but yeah, 4 walks in this one, but still 7 strong innings, 10 strikeouts, only 1 earned run, only 4 hits. Um, that's a good job of locking down after kind of being a little shaky to start. And you're right. You said it, Jake. He's been nails over the last month and a half, however long it's been.
Yeah, he's been our rock. He's been our rock.
Solid as a rock. He's got to be the
Pavetta and
Frankie
Waka,
Henry
the
baby too.
modern day. What's the old like Braves duo?
Maddox and Glavine.
No. I was thinking like Spawn and Sane.
Oh,
throwing it real.
I was going way.
you're
back.
really
way
going
back.
back. Okay.
Yeah, because it's just a duo. It's not a trio.
Well, you would need a third for the trio.
Well, Smoltz was always like the worst
the
of the
closer
three.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Still a wicked good pitcher, Smoltz.
I know, but I mean, Maddox and Glavine were always paired to get like they had their commercials and stuff. The two of them.
That's true. That's
the line
true.
ball. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So Nick Pavetta, he's awesome. I think he's really, really cool. Liam,
we know?
or
Do
what?
we know when Eovaldi and Whitlock are like pegged to come back?
I believe right when they're when they can.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Nate's supposed to be, if not the minimum stay, close to the minimum stay. And I don't think Whitlock's going to be that long either. Fingers crossed, obviously. And then you got the good news of Sale, how he's started working back up more and more. We kind of do our weekly Sale check-in, and he's ramping back up. Hopefully, I mean, you're not going to get him before the All-Star break, right? But if you can get him shortly after the All-Star break, you absolutely take that.
Yeah.
Gotta agree.
Yeah.
Liam, who you fucking with?
I'm gonna have to go with arguably, and many are saying it, not just me. The greatest clutch hitter in Red Sox history, Christian Vasquez. For whatever reason, the man, he comes through. Like yesterday, he basically he put the game on ice before they almost blew it again. But I don't know. He's just, whenever there's some random big spot, he comes through. I don't understand it, but he looks like 2019 Christian Vasquez, save for like he's only got 3 home runs this year, but
which means every other year of Christian Vasquez's career besides 2019. The fact that he only got 3.
So power wise, he's his regular self, but
he was a juiced ball merchant, right? That was
100%. But I'm fine with it.
Has that dog.
That's so weird because when he does get a hold of one for a home run, he hits it like a mile, but he very rarely ever gets a hold of one. He does it, gets the job done in big situations, but the ratio of how many at-bats it takes for him to get a home run and actual missiles that he hits, like he doesn't hit many cheap ones when he does hit home runs. I've always found that funny with him.
He's so strange. I remember in 2016 he hit a bomb off Betances. In 2017 he had that walk-off against the Indians, which was absurd. But I don't know.
Is OPS plus? Do you guys know if OPS plus is position adjusted?
It's everything. It takes everything into account. It's normalized 100.
That's crazy. I would have thought that a 271 with a 315 on base would have been above average for a catcher, but it's not. He has a 95 OPS plus this year.
Again, takes a lot into the ballpark factor. All that kind of shit.
I was surprised to see that. 703 OPS. I don't know. Catchers stink. They can't hit.
Yeah, catchers are not like, it's like if you play fantasy baseball, you have a catcher who has like a 2 home run week. You'll absolutely take that because the catcher.
How many good hitting catchers are in baseball right now? Like 4.
Well, let's run through it.
Will Smith.
I'm thinking of like
obvious.
I was thinking like Alejandro Kirk.
Dalton Varsho's a good hitter. Real Muto when he's on. Although he hasn't been as good recently Real Muto, but he's still up there. I mean, Grandal has a great eye. He hasn't been great.
Yeah,
this
what was
year.
it last year? There was something I forget what the story was. He walked
he wasn't hitting 200, but he was still getting on base at like a 390 clip with all his walks.
Yeah,
so absurd.
yeah.
Something like that, right?
Wait,
It's ridiculous.
It didn't hold the whole year, whatever. Okay, wait here. So oh my God. Last year he had a 240 batting average, but his on base percentage was 420.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the walks.
That is insane.
He was a walk merchant.
Oh my God.
Walk. Who else
he had more walks than hits.
That's crazy.
Hey, walks almost as good as a hit.
Yeah, he had 67 hits on the year and 87 walks.
Damn.
Cool, I get. Or actually, he does that.
Walks,
guys, he's done that every year for the last 5 years.
He does that. He's like really good at getting on base, right?
Yeah,
that's wild.
Good eye. Which is great if you're a catcher there, you see it up close and personal and defensively. So
yeah, I would hope they have a good eye.
Zone is. Right? You'd hope you'd have a good eye.
Remember Jonathan Lucroy? That's a guy that was just kind of lost to time.
2020 Red Sox legend.
Yeah. My thing that I always found funny about Jonathan Lucroy is the 2016 deadline.
What happened?
He refused to go to the Indians.
If I recall correctly, there was a deal in place for him to go to Cleveland. He said, "No, I don't want to go to Cleveland. I want to go to Texas." They sent him to Texas, and then Cleveland obviously won the pennant. They were one game away from winning the World Series. He's like, I messed that one up.
He played for. So he was okay. Wait, and then we'll move on from Jonathan Lucroy. But this is crazy. So his first 6 years, he played in Milwaukee. All 6 years.
Right.
16, he went from Milwaukee to Texas. 17, he went from Texas to Colorado. 18, he was in Oakland. 19, he went Angels to Cubs. 20, he played. Yeah.
Really?
I don't
20, he played one game for Boston, and last year he played 5 games for the Nats, and then 2 games. Oh, he got a ring. Did he get a ring? He played 2 games for the Braves.
I love that. Is he retired or
can't take it from him
agent right now?
How do you know that?
He'll usually say on his Wikipedia page, will be like,
"Oh, I'm on BREF."
Lucroy. Jonathan Ulysses Lucroy was an American.
That's his middle name.
Pitcher.
Ulysses is his middle name.
No, I just made it up. That was. I said.
You could have convinced me.
He goes by Jonathan.
I should have just kept rolling there. Anyways, my fuck with this week, it's our new pal, guys. It's your namesake, Jake. It's Jeter Downs making his debut. Yes, sir. It's got to be Jeter Downs. Now I know
he's not going to play, right?
He might like pinch hit or something like that, but he's still getting called up. That's cool, considering how big of a part of the Mookie trade he was. It's going to be. It's nice to finally see him up here. His prospect pedigree, not as good as it was at the time of the trade. He's kind of cooled off a bit in terms of, where he is in the organization's hierarchy for prospects, but still an exciting type of a player if things are on for him. He doesn't have all the power in the world, but he has a nice little bit of pop. Play him up the middle at some point, maybe. We'll see what happens with him. I'm just excited to see Jeter there. I'm excited to see him making it to the show.
What is that? That's the final piece of the Mookie deal that making his debut, right?
Well, it was obviously Verdugo, him, Wong.
Verdugo, Wong, Jeter. Was there anybody else?
I feel like there may have been one more.
No, that was it.
Yeah, bad trade. Even though I just said I fuck with Jeter Downs. Bad trade.
I also saw he's hitting like sub 200 recently down in Worcester.
Yeah,
he's coming up.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
He's red hot. He's red hot.
That's what I mean. It's kind of lost a little bit of his shine there as a prospect as of late. But hey, it's made it to the show. At least he'll be able
I think he does everything like relatively well. So.
Yeah. And again, he's still pretty damn young, right? Even for a prospect, he's still like a pretty young guy. Like obviously, if he's a prospect, he's going to be younger. But
it sucks too. Speaking of great names, I mean that's a great name, but
Shooter down.
Name only takes you so far, I suppose.
As Cutter Crawford knows.
you gotta have, it helps a little bit. Or what's the other guy's name? Buddy Johnson. You just said it was.
Who?
Buddy Johnson, the guy who hit the home run the other day.
Oh, Buddy Kennedy.
Excuse me.
Buddy Johnson.
That's a great. I got the Buddy part right.
It's an AI generated name, Buddy Johnson.
Really
I was gonna say that's that picture of the Japanese baseball game that had to come up with fake American sounding names. Yeah. Shout out Doink Patrol, Todd Gonzalez.
It's an NPC name.
Yeah, exactly. NPC, non-playable character, folks. All right,
for
Jake.
the uninitiated.
Yeah, exactly right. For people who aren't gamer nerds. Jake, what are you not fucking with this week? Don't fuck with blank.
I mean, it's the bullpen, guys. It's we were winning 2 different games 6-1 and had to bring our closer in. Come on.
The new closer
single out each time.
Yeah, our new closer. 6-1 in the 9th, let me be clear, because blowing a 6-1 lead over time is not great, but it's worse when you do it in 1 inning 2 times almost. Thankfully we won both games, so we can look back and we can laugh and we can have some fun with it. But had you lost either of those, I mean, that is a disaster. That's really bad.
As well as the teams playing anytime you blow. I've mentioned it before on this. That would be a definition of one of those third 54 games. Divide the season up into 3. You're going to win 54 games, going to lose 54 games. Your season is dictated on those kind of toss up 50-50, big kind of pendulum momentum swing games that I would kind of refer to as the third 54. That would be a loss in the third 54 if you blew a 6-1 lead there in the 9th inning. That's if you blew that,
I was having
taste in your mouth. That's one of the toss up 54 games that we just lost. That
flashback to that Friday night Orioles game where they were up 8-1.
Yep. That's one of the 54.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'll jump in with my don't fuck with now and then go to Liam just because it's adjacent to the bullpen. For the second straight week, it's Robles. And
that's
I'm not fucking with Robles. I think this is I've tried to be patient with him, fellas. Hansel Robles, I've been his defender. This is me saying I'm officially on the last nerve with him.
Your Robles card has been revoked.
Well, it's about to be revoked. It could expire this week. I got to check the expiration date on it. But as a ride or die kind of guy, we're getting pretty close to die. So, and the thing is, his ERA still looks pretty damn good. I think it's around 3.6 or something like that.
Every ball hit off him though.
What's that?
Every ball that's hit off him though.
It's hit out of the cannon. Every single one.
It's Gonzo. Gonzo coming out of cannon.
In his red pepper shirt, button-down shirt on Gonzo. But when was the last time you saw him force a weak grounder to second or something like that? Is he the last person on earth you'd want to trust to get out of get a double play to get out of a jam? Everything he gives up is in the air, and it's a hard fly ball. Everything.
I think I still am pro Robles, or not pro. I'm not pro Robles, but if I gun to my head, I've got Diekman or Robles. I think I'm still going Hansel. I have to say. You know why? I think I'd rather watch my team blow a lead through bombs than through walks, because at least it's
at least the home run's cool as fuck.
Yeah, at least the other guy had to do anything. Diekman just comes in and throws 9 balls in a row, and it's oh, okay. Why not 2 base runners? Hansel comes in, at least, I don't know, at least he has a little fun with it, And
it's quicker, it's not as much of a slow burn. He'll just give up the Jimmy Jack right away. He came into that game on Saturday, which I was at. It was a great time, even though we got our ass kicked. He came into that game and it's 4-2, and I'm I think it was the 5th inning. I'm why are we doing this? It's such a close game, and he's been cold. Why are we doing this? And then he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, and then the floodgates opened. Again, one more diarrhea fest from him, and I think I gotta. It's Paulie at the end of Goodfellas going, now I got to turn my back on you. I'll give him $35,000 for a lifetime or however much it is, and then I got to turn my back on him.
I
It
just
does
think
feel like
between
Paulie. I feel like I'm like you make me feel like a fucking jerk. Like you look like
I would turn my back on this whole bullpen minus like 2 guys if I could.
yeah.
They
I
all
think the trio
stink.
of like Robles, Sawamura, and Diekman is like
Well, think
the
of a fourth, and
anti.
they could be the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse or something. Who else sucks
Well, I
in
was gonna
there?
say they're like the anti nasty boys of like the '90s Reds.
Rob
Okay,
Dibble.
wait.
Yeah,
All right, hold
This
on.
card's nasty in the show.
Oh, and I guess Barnes. He's not there, but
but
he
like
would be the
I think
4th.
he's dead.
This is all a cover up.
R.I.P. Matty Backtaxon on the epitaph there on the grave said he got the big goalie.
Yeah, definitely Robles.
Liam,
Okay, yeah.
Liam, we got to get you on that 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. There, you got to get you on the Photoshop for that.
Oh yeah, I'll see what I can pull.
Horseman. What are you not fucking with in the meantime while we wait for that Photoshop at some point, Liam?
So for me, I'm gonna get on my soapbox. I am not fucking with the fact that a bunch of teams didn't wear Negro League jerseys this weekend. One, because they're hot fire. Two, because of Juneteenth. Like, It's a slam dunk. Like, Detroit did it. They look great. Who else did it? Who am I forgetting?
Seattle did.
Seattle did it is the one I was forgetting. But it's like
I think the Giants had done it in the past, too. I don't know if they did it this year, but they have done it.
I know they did it last year.
Kansas City did, right? I think.
The Monarchs, that would have made
Kansas City, I
sense.
feel like they do that annually. But it's like, I don't know, maybe they weren't home this weekend, so that's why they didn't do it. But I feel like that's a slam dunk thing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Should be doing every year moving forward. Because like
and,
at least the entire like Northeast,
it's a business, and those things sell. People like them. Like what's the
point.
Yeah, I don't think anyone other than fucking random old white dudes on Twitter, I think they're going to be the only people who didn't like that. But other than that, like, yeah, that's you said it, Liam. It's a slam dunk. Like, I also not for nothing think that the league could do a little bit better now that they've been like, oh, like we're going to recognize Negro League players in our record books, all that kind of stuff, which is good. Better late than never, I guess, on that front. But I think the league could do a better job of going back towards the history of Negro League players. Like Josh Gibson is one of the best hitters ever. And how many even casual baseball fans know who Josh Gibson is? I mean, we know who he is. We're aware of that with baseball history. But you're talking about a guy who's in his time was one of the best players, Negro Leagues, Major League Baseball, whatever it is. And maybe this is me. Maybe more people know who he is. Maybe I'd be happily surprised to know that people are more aware of Josh Gibson. But I think the league, it would behoove them to shine a light on players like that. I mean, more guys like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know. But no, I think that's 100% what they should have done.
That's fine.
Last weekend for
that's just because like I fired off a tweet the other day and I was like, this is. I don't know why other teams outside of just Seattle and Detroit are doing that this weekend.
Would have been easy. Which one? What would the Sox have worn?
See, that's a great question because
did Boston?
As far as I know, like Boston didn't really have a team. But for some reason, a couple years ago, they were in Seattle when Seattle wore the Steelheads uniforms, and they were wearing throwbacks. So like, there might be a team they could pull from.
Well, yeah, they may have had a team, just not like one of the major teams. You know what I mean? Like, because Negro League teams were all over the place. Providence had a team, right?
I think that's right. I remember the
reading
Paul
it.
Sox wore like throwbacks once.
I don't think Providence had a team.
They didn't? Oh, I thought maybe they had a team.
Or I don't know. I'm trying to find stuff now, but yeah, no, I agree though. I think slam dunk. I don't know why more teams don't.
Would have been very, very straightforward, very easy thing to do. Would have been a very cool hat
layup.
They could wear Memphis Red Sox jerseys.
I was like, yeah, but if they don't have a direct like city or like Boston affiliated team to pull from, they could do that just based on the name. Like that's easy.
Shit, I'd get a Memphis Red Sox jersey. That'd be hard.
Liam is wearing a Memphis Red Sox hat.
You got my hat on everywhere. You got my. That's right.
Well, how about that?
The merch
as
would sell.
we live and breathe.
All right. Well, Pizza Man's got to go deliver pizzas soon. But anything else that we want to wrap up before we call it a show here? And apologies if this does sound like shit again to the listener, me without the headphones here. I realized halfway through.
I don't have my mic either, so
fingers crossed.
I have a question that's been eating away at me. If we're looking for things, the expression "Oppo Taco," where does that come from? Doesn't make any sense to me. Why do we say that?
It just rhymes.
It doesn't though.
Does it though?
It does not rhyme.
I've always wondered
kind of like at the end a little bit.
It doesn't rhyme. If it rhymed, I'd be like, oh, okay, sure. Those words don't sound similar.
It doesn't really like roll off the tongue.
Oppo Taco, like kind of like if you like not like again not an exact rhyme, but you know, same kind of meter, same general almost kind of a rhyme deal. Does it make sense?
No, I disagree.
No, it doesn't.
I'm with Jake on this one. I've always wondered that.
Yeah, somebody said it the other day, and I was watching a game, and someone said it, and I was like, "What is that, really?"
I like to say it. I think it's fun, but I guess I never.
What's
really
your guys' favorite baseball expressions?
Oh God, we might have to save this for next week because I could go for hours on this. Baseball.
That might be the tease. I could put a whole list together.
Yeah, maybe that's our tease for next week, but.
Okay.
Baseball by far has the best lingo out of any sport. I'll give you a little
Hockey's the only other one that comes close, I would say.
One of my favorite ones that I've grown to say more recently because I kind of forgot it after a while, but it was reintroduced to me a couple weeks ago, and I've said it since. Instead of saying going yard for home run, say I'm gonna go yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
a good one.
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
I'm trying to think. Well, we'll tease it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put together like a top 5 or a top 3.
Right,
yeah, we'll show up with a list, and we'll say, we'll each read our list. It'll be a nice, cute little thing, and we'll do some discourse on some slang discourse.
Baseball slang discourse and putting it into my. You guys can remember that too, just to back me up. I have it in my notes for next week.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And then I mean, last thing I have
hold each other
on the Red Sox, for sure. But last thing I have on the Sox, while the next month plus of games might be terrifying, in July, 17 are at home, only 10 are on the road. So you got a lot of games. You got a lot of games at home.
Cooking, baby.
So it would behoove them to take care of business at home.
That's our word of the day. Behoove.
Yeah, I was going to say, for those counting at home, that's 2 behooves in the last 10 minutes or so. It's great. It's a great word.
That's probably 2 more behooves than you've heard in a long time. If I had to guess.
If you had over 0.5 behooves for the show, congratulations! You cash your bet over at the counter on the other side of the room. That's a pretty good slip to have. I think it was pretty good odds for the over there, and hey, we hit it. We're happy that you hit your over on your behooves bet, listener, and we're happy you could join us for another edition of this show. For Jake, the pizza guy, he's about to get his shirt hung up in the rafters at the pizza shop. His last one.
It was a great run.
What a run!
Like Vin Diesel.
Kudos.
For Jake, for Liam, I'm Fitz. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
And next week we'll sound better, we promise.
Yes.
Oh, we'll sound way
better. I have
better.
to get a new mic. Hopefully, we don't sound like dog shit.
We'll not be noble.
Go Sox, baby.
Sox.
Oh, I have to go to my laptop to end it. Oh, I have to go to my laptop. Okay. All right, now I can end it. Go Sox.
All right,
there we go.
I'm gonna roll, guys. I love you both.
Love you too. Go Sox.
Bye, Jake.
Bye.
Thank you for your service.